Hello again, this is the Craps Coach and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining in today. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe so you're alerted to our latest content. It's been a little bit of time since I made any content, but I'm getting back into it. Vacation is over. If you saw the video on the slot play on the cruise, then you'll kind of know where I was for a few weeks. But getting back into it. So here is another video I'm going to put into the Craps Strategies category. It's about a $30 6 and 8. So $30 6 and 8, your initial bet is going to be $60. So for a session, you need about $600. Here I have 400 here in green for 5, 6, and then I have some white because I'm going to need some white when I demonstrate this here. So I'm going to start out with 620. These right here are just they're nothing chips, but so when I settle up at the end, I kind of know where I'm at and if I've made any profits. So as always, I first like to go over the strategy, and then we'll kind of talk about how to put it in play, and we'll do a live play. So as the name implies, it's a $30 6 and 8. So we start out with there. So on the first hit, so if we'll just say if an 8 shows each bet 6 or 8, you're going to win 35 on that bet. And then from there, so after the first hit, you're going to go to 44 inside. So let me put these back in here to kind of demonstrate and kind of keep track. So I'm going to exchange this one for one for 5 red. So you're going to set up 44 inside. So as you see, I'm going into my rack for 5 and then $9 here. So I'm actually at this point risking $9 with my bet. So I've taken some of my profit and now I've established 44 inside. Again, the great thing about the inside numbers, there are 18 ways to make them and there are 36 outcomes. So in theory, half your roll should make a hit. So I have $9 at risk. I have 44 inside working for me. So that's what you set up after the first hit. So the second hit, regardless of what number hits, all of them will pay 14. So after the first hit, I want you to take $6 from the winnings and then press the 6 and the 8. So now I have $7 at risk because initially I had $9 at risk and now I've got 2 back. So I have $7 at risk and I actually have $18 on the 6 and 8 and 10 on the 5 and the 9. So at this point, the third hit, for example, now these will obviously pay more. These will pay 21. These will still pay 14. But as an example, the third hit, let's say it's just a 5 or 9. So we're going to win 14. You're going to press the 5 and the 9 up to 3 units. And then at this point, we have, after the third hit, we have $3 at risk. Remember, I went into my rack to pull out 9 to start the bet, so there's 6 back. So I got 3 at risk, and I actually have 3 units on the inside here. So then the fourth hit, no matter which one, these will pay 21. And then here's where I like to have a little decision-making kind of going on as to what to do from here. So after the fourth hit, what I like to do is then I've made profit at this point and I want to regress down. The fact that you've got 3 units on each of the inside numbers is great, but you also have to remember, always take money off of the table and put it back into your rack. That's how you actually have a winning session. So one of the things I like to do at this point is I will set up an iron cross, but I'm going to set it up with 5 on the 5, $12, 6, and 8, and then 5 in the field. So the field bet essentially is there to kind of catch everything. So for example, this would all be profit after 4 hits. So essentially the field bet is there so to catch, you know, the odd numbers, 2, 3, 4, the numbers I don't have numbers on or bets on previously. But now I've got every number covered, and I'm actually in a good position because now I made sure I regressed down. I took a lot of my profit off the table, but I'm still in a good position to do this. And I love this this kind of setup here because every number will get paid, but it's particularly on the 8, for example. The 8 will win 14, but will lose 5 for a profit of 7. If the 5 hits, I will win 7, but lose 5 for a profit of 2. And then the field bet is there to catch the 2, the 3, the 4, the 9, 10, 11, and 12, everything else that is not kind of covered there. So 4 hits, and then establish my favorite kind of form of a iron cross, which is 5, 12, 12, and 5. And then from there, if I'm going to build anything up, I'm going to build up the 5 first, and then build up the 6 and 8, and just kind of keeping the field bet as minimal as possible, just so I get paid on those rolls that are not 5, 6, or 8. I've got some great videos out there on the field bet and how to kind of set it up and what's kind of the sweet spot, I believe, for that. So go ahead and find those in there and give them a watch. So that was just kind of walking through. So now I'm going to kind of do a live session. Let me get everything back to where I originally started here so we can see at the end how I did. So so here back in the rack is we have our 400, 500, 620. So you see I needed the white. So let's go ahead and start a live session, and we'll play it out for a little bit and kind of see how it works out. All right. So as I said, we established the $30, 6, and the 8. So I'm just going to put this off. So we bypass, I should mention that, we bypass the come out roll. You don't necessarily have to play the pass line on this. So those are off. So let's just kind of go through it and see how many rolls, and we'll establish the session here. So it's coming out. All right, Yo 11. That'd be a pass line winner. 7, pass line winner. There's a 12 as a pass line loser, and hence that is a great reason why I, in this scenario, do not like playing the pass line, because it's kind of a give and a take. So I'm more interested in the box numbers and making money off of them. So we're still establishing a point. Shooter's got 3 rolls in there. All right, only got a point. Point is 9. So now we're going to sit here and play this out and see how it kind of goes with this, at least a few hands. All right, that was a good hard 6 to begin with. Okay, so that pays 35. So what we're going to do now is then set up 44 inside. Like I said, I'm going to exchange this for 5 red. So I can set 44 inside. And I got to go into my rack for $9. There's the 5 and then 2 here. 2 here. All right. So that was the first hit we got. $6. E came easy. So that is going to pay 14. And then what we do is we press the 6 and the 8 up 1 unit. That's 2 hits. So now we're only risking $7 here. And what we have, 2 units on the 5 and 9 and 3 units on the 6 and 8. All right, shooter made the point, 9. Okay. So that pays another 14. It's the third hit. So after the third hit, we press the 5 and the 9 up 1 unit. So now we're essentially at risk. We're risking $3 here. And because even the shooter made the point, I want you to just play out this strategy regardless of kind of, the only thing is you bypass the, on a new shooter, you bypass the come out roll, but this is the same shooter who made the point. So hence these are going to be working, and then I will alter it from there on this. So even though this is a come out roll, I'm actually having my 3 units on the inside numbers working. So let's see. All right, back on the 9. Okay. So 3 units pays 21. Okay, now this is where I talked about is decision time, and what I like to do is now set up the 12 So the Iron Cross set up with 5, 12 on the 6 and the 8, and then 5 in the field to catch it all. You can kind of see that, because that was literally 4 successive rolls, we're actually in a good position. If I go back to my original bet, so when the rack is full, that's all I started it with. So this is all profit. So then at this point, every roll will get me something, and I'm in a really strong position because I'm risking none of my money, and I've actually pulled out after that 4th hit. I pulled down a lot of my profit and kept it, but still kept myself in the action with this Iron Cross set up with the way that I have, which is my favorite way of doing it, specifically because of the 6 and the 8 and the field bet. So we'll continue to kind of play this out to see how this works here. So I think this is the 8th roll. So, all right, so great example why I like the $12 on the 6 and the 8. So I win 14. I lose 5, so I can put it back up. So, yeah, was that right? Yeah, it was 14. So I lose the field, but I win 14, and I can reestablish my field bet, and I still walk away with 9 profit here. It looks weird to me, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, 12, 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. Yep, that makes sense. All right, so that was the 8th roll. Here comes the 9th roll. At this point, it would be your choice because, again, this is all profit. If I wanted to, I could then press it up. So I have this set up here, 2 units on the 5 for that. So we'll go ahead and do that and kind of see how this works out. So this is the 9th roll. All right. And again, this is the reason why I like the field bet here after I've made something, because on this table, 2 pays double. Some tables pays triple, but on my table it says pays double. Same with the 12 pays double. This is just the layout that came with it. So that's the 9th roll. So here comes the 10th roll. All right, finally 7 out. So 7 out. We lose all this. But you can kind of see, let's go. So this is my original bet here. This is my original buy-in. So So 50, 60, 65, $69 in a relatively short time. So that was actually kind of a good example of how to do that in casino play. So we're kind of in a strong position here. Shooter had a fairly good roll, but that's the applying kind of the concept with the $30 6 and 8 as far as that kind of goes. I don't really care to play the insides, probably honestly more than 4 hits. That's why after 4 hits, I went to Iron Cross, because now I will actually get paid on everything and set up a actually specific Iron Cross at that. But one of the main takeaways I want to get from this is that when you have 3 units, we built up to 3 units on the inside, and we finally got to the point where we needed a decision. We actually were able to regress back down to essentially kind of 1 unit, 2 units on the 6 and 8. And that's so important to understand, is that you have to take some of your winnings off of the bets and put it back into your rack. The illusion that if I just keep pressing and pressing and pressing, I'll keep growing and growing. That's kind of an Achilles heel, because the 7 can come at any point in time. So as a random roller there, that was 10 rolls. That was a pretty decent roll. Well, it was slightly above average, and we're able to kind of capitalize on that. So that's an example of the $30 6 and 8. So as always, I hope you found this information informative. If you like to put a comment, go ahead, put a comment. I'm always looking for content, so if there's some sort of suggestion or some idea of some bet or some strategy you'd like me to play out, make sure you just shoot me a comment or leave me a comment on that. And always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I love to hear from your comments. And if you subscribe, you'll know when we put out our latest content. So thanks so much for watching.